Hello and welcome. We are live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India, India's voice to the world. This is Sports Buzz. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Coming up in the next half an hour. All right, big news coming in here. India's squad for the T20 World Cup has been announced, and to everyone's surprise, Rahul has been ignored in Rohit Sharma-led India squad for the T20 World Cup. Hardik Pandya to be the vice captain of the squad, and Yuzvendra Chahal has been included in the 15-man squad. Rohit Sharma will lead the team. Here's the team in front of you. Hardik Pandya will be the vice captain of the team. Yashasvi Jaiswal will open with Rohit Sharma. Suryakumar Yadav, the star India batter, is part of the team. Rishabh Pant, what a comeback for him. He has made a comeback after 2022, after a harrowing car crash in 2022. He has done well in IPL, 398 runs in 11 games with an average of 44.22. He has made a comeback. And Sanju Samson, there was a lot of speculation who will be India's second wicket keeper. So Sanju Samson has got the reward of doing well in the Indian Premier League currently going on. He has scored 385 runs in 9 games so far with an average of 77 and with the strike rate of 161.09. Shivam Dube is also part of the squad. He is doing exceptionally well in the IPL for Chennai Super Kings. He will be India's middle order batsman. Ravindra Jadeja, India's asset, he is also part of the team. Akshar Patel is the second spinner, and yes, wicket-taking bowler Kuldeep Yadav has also been included in India's squad for the T20 World Cup. Yuzvendra Chahal, there was a lot of speculation whether Yuzvendra Chahal will be part of the team. Yes, he is doing well, and he has also been included in the 15-member squad. Arshdeep Singh, left-arm medium pacer. Jasprit Bumrah, star India bowler, spearhead. He will spearhead the Indian attack in T20 World Cup. And also Mohammad Siraj complete the 15-man lineup. And 4 reserve players have also been announced. Shubman Gill is not part of the original squad. He is part of the standby team, which is a reserve team. Rinku Singh, he must be disheartened that he is not part of the original squad. He has also been announced as reserve. Khalil Ahmed and Avish Khan, they are also part of the reserve team. So yes, Indian squad for the T20 World Cup has been announced. The senior selection committee on Tuesday picked India's 15-member squad for the upcoming ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024, which will be hosted in the West Indies and the USA. India will begin their World Cup campaign against Ireland on June 5th at the Nassau County International Cricket Stadium, New York, followed by the marquee clash against Pakistan on June 9th at the same venue. And India will then play USA and Canada on June 12th and 15th respectively. So deadline was May 1st, and it's also been sent by the BCCI on the email that on May 2nd, BCCI selector Ajit Agarkar, he will hold a press conference and the formal announcement will be made. But yes, Indian squad for the T20 World Cup has been announced. There have been surprises also, but Rohit Sharma will lead the team and Hardik Pandya will be his deputy. To talk more on this, we are joined by Naran Singh, is joining us live from the newsroom. Narayan, how do you assess the team? There were a lot of speculation whether Hardik Pandya will be part of the team or not. Who will be India's second wicket keeper? Yes, Rahul is not, surprisingly, is not part of the squad. Sanju Samson is the second wicket keeper, and Rahul has been excluded. How do you see this team for the T20 World Cup?
Definitely, Abhishek, if you take a look, the few surprises are thrown by the selection committee here, bringing the Sanju Samson, and we were also discussing that whether he will be there or not, because Rishabh Pant was also fit, and the kind of innings he played in his recent match, it was never looked like he went through a fatal accident, and after that he is playing his first tournament. So all in all, we can say that the whole squad is looking a rigid and a fantastic squad to be there in the World Cup. And the absence of Rahul also surprised many, we can say, the cricket experts, because we all are expecting that he may be there because of late Sanju Samson was if you take a look at the international cricket, he was not consistently performing, and if you in this season for Rajasthan Royals, he played few good knocks in the start of the seasons, and because of that he has been rewarded here. And also the way Shivam Dube, the performance he gave for the Chennai Super Kings and playing with a strike rate of over 200, and that also helped him to be there in the squad. And if you take a look at the T20 cricket, is all about the strike rates, and BCCI selection committee has focused on that aspect of the game. And when after long, it's been very long that India has not won a ICC trophy, and this time in America and the Caribbeans, they are hoping that this rigid squad, if you take a look at the spin department, Ravindra Jadeja is there, and Kulcha is also back. The combination of the Kuldeep Yadav and along with the Yuzvendra Chahal is back. So all in all, it's looking formidable. And if you take a look at the pace bowling attack, the trio of Jasprit Bumrah, Siraj and Arshdeep is also looking potent. We don't know how the conditions will behave in America and the Caribbean especially, but the squad they have chosen is looking formidable. And top of the order, Virat Kohli and Captain Rohit Sharma is also there, and the form of the vice captain is a little bit concerned because we have seen his in the Mumbai Indians batting lineup, he is not doing well. And apart from that, you take a look at the in bowling department also, Hardik Pandya is not up to the mark. In the match against Chennai Super Kings, he bowled the last over and Dhoni smashed him. Big hits for the 4 balls, he scored 20 runs, and in the last, that 20 runs was the margin for that game. All in all, a good squad. The most important thing is that BCCI had noticed what kind of work the players like Shivam Dube, Sanju Samson has done, and they have been rewarded. This is a good thing. And the reserve players also, the kind of we can say that they have put. It's a good thing that if somebody gets injured or he is not able to be there, in that case the players like Rinku Singh and Shubman Gill will be there.
And also, what a great comeback for Rishabh Pant. Also, I mean, he met with an accident in 2022, and when he made a comeback to the IPL, he had said that really emotional time for me, just want to enjoy the moment. But yes, I mean, the way he has played in the Indian Premier League, the kind of shots that he has been hitting, 398 runs in 11 games that he had played so far for Delhi Capitals, the way he has been playing and the way he has been leading the team also, it's been exceptional. And what a great comeback for him, making it to the T20 World Cup squad.
True, Abhishek. If you take a look, the kind of batting prowess he displayed in this IPL, it never looked like that he went through a fatal accident, as we mentioned earlier also. And the kind of shots he's playing, helicopter, mini helicopter, just giving a slice to the ball. All in all, a perfect, we can say, combo. Rishabh Pant is that his absence in the World Cup, in the ODI World Cup last year also, we can say that if Rishabh Pant had been there in the final, it could have been a different story for the Indian team. If you take a look at last year's World Cup, where India played an unblemished cricket throughout the tournament, and it was the final hurdle where they faltered. But this time, the kind of squad they have chosen for this marquee clash, we are hoping that with the presence of Rishabh Pant definitely will make a difference, because we know that the kind of innings in a short span of a career Rishabh Pant has played, if you go down under, if you go England, the kind of inning he has played there, if you take a look, a career of even a big player, in his whole innings, he plays that much of innings like Rishabh Pant. So he is we can say, a match winner for the Team India. And his presence definitely will be, we can say that, can change the game for India in this tournament.
Right, and also Naran, Sanju Samson, you think he has got the reward for doing well for Rajasthan Royals? I mean, he has been leading the team well. They are number 1 in the points table, and in 9 matches that he has played so far, he has scored 385 runs with an average of 77 and excellent strike rate of 161, not including KL Rahul, and giving the place to Sanju Samson is a big move by the BCCI selection committee.
True, actually it is also a message to the players that your performance will be noticed, and that's exactly what the selection committee has done. If you take a look at the final of the ODI World Cup, where Rahul was there, but the demand was that he should have been played very fast there with a good strike rate, but that didn't happen. I think that was also a reason that they bought the aggressive players like Sanju Samson and Rishabh Pant for the wicket keeping duty also, and for the strike rate purpose. As already we all know that in T20 cricket, only if a player makes 40 runs in 20 balls, that is better than a century which is taking 70 balls. It's all about the strike rates, and we know that the kind of cricket is right now more than 200 runs in every alternate match. We are witnessing that. If you take a look, even the 250 runs, 260 runs, it's very difficult to defend those runs. In that scenario, we need the big hitters like Sanju Samson and Rishabh Pant, and it's crucial for India because after all, it's been very long that India has not won the T20, any ICC major trophy. So it's a time for the team also to be there and win a title for the country, because last time we won the ICC Champions Trophy, and if we talk about this T20 World Cup, India won the inaugural edition in 2007, and this time we are hoping that finally India will this Indian team will end that long wait and win another ICC trophy for India.
And also, Naran, you think Shubman Gill and Rinku Singh, they must be disappointed not making it to the original squad, but yes, they are part of the standby team.
Definitely, everybody wants to play for his country, especially in the marquee events like the T20 World Cup. But you know that only 15 spots are there, and there is a dilemma for the BCCI and selectors also whom to pick. We know that if you talk about Yashasvi Jaiswal, the kind of innings he's played in the Test series against England, scoring back-to-back double tons, and the way the youngsters just set the tone for the India in that series against England, definitely they have been rewarded for that. If you take a look his innings in the Rajasthan Royals, he is definitely a go-to man, can be a go-to man for the team India here also. And all in all, if you take a look, looking a balanced squad, because we know that when the squad is chosen, before that in the first round of meeting, we know that Ajit Agarkar came back to Delhi from holidays and met with Captain Rohit Sharma in Delhi, and today was the second round and the final meeting was taking place in Ahmedabad, where the secretary of the BCCI, Jay Shah, was also there. He's also the convener of the meeting. So that's why a whole process has been followed here to pick the team, so that a team who can win a World Cup for India. And if take a look at the reserve players, they are also big hitters of the game. Yeah. Rinku Singh and Yashasvi Jaiswal, they are two big hitters of the ball, and we are hoping that if somebody may get injured, then they can get a chance. Otherwise, we know that the 15-member squad is looking good, and we are hoping that they can do, we can say that after a long gap, they can win World Cup, T20 World Cup for India.
Yes, India will begin their World Cup campaign against Ireland on June 5th, and then the big clash against Pakistan on June 9th, and then they play US and Canada. We'll leave it there. Narayan, thank you for your inputs. All right, before we move on to other stories, two-time Asian Games gold medalist, squash legend Saurav Ghoshal is with us, who has announced his retirement from professional squash. He has also won 10 PSA titles. Welcome, Saurav. Welcome to DD India. Appreciate you giving us your precious time. So hard to believe you have announced your retirement from PSA. First of all, tell us why this decision, age factor, body's demand, you want to spend more time with your family. Why retirement?
Firstly, thank you for having me, and thank you for the lovely words. I think it's a combination of all the factors that you've mentioned. It has obviously been a very lovely journey that I've been on over the last 2.5 decades, and I felt like, especially after the Asian Games last year, my mind and body were kind of running on fumes a little bit, and I felt like I needed to get away to just let my body and mind heal a little bit and kind of replenish itself. So I thought that the professional tour with the grind of 20-25 weeks of tournaments a year wasn't kind of giving me the required time to be able to do that. So I'm hoping that taking this time away will help me recharge, and playing for India is a lesser workload in terms of tournaments. So I think that should hopefully help me produce for a little bit longer for the country, which has always been the biggest honor and privilege to do for myself.
All right, Saurav, also we are so used to seeing you for so many years. You have been Indian squash torch bearer. How difficult, tell us, how difficult was this decision to step away from the sport, and how many days actually it took to finally announce it officially?
Look, it is a very tough call. It is something that I've done all my life. I think there are two kind of narratives that go on in your head. One is how much you love it and how much you want it, and the other is the fear of letting go of something that you've done for so long. And I felt like it came to a point where I was continuing with the professional squash and the grind of it, a bit more because of the fear of letting go rather than the want and the desire to continue doing that on a week in, week out basis, traveling the world and living the life of a professional squash player. I think that's when it kind of like dawned on me that maybe that's the time that I need to take a call. And it's taken a while. It's not something that I decided over a weekend. It's something that I've deliberated over a long period of time. It is a major decision in my life, so I feel like I needed to give myself that time. And hopefully, that time is going to be the best judge. But hopefully, when I look back at it in a few years' time, I feel like this is the right decision I made. And, doing something for India in the near future will be a good fillip to my kind of point that it might be in terms of not competing on a consistent basis on the world stage.
All right, you're saying that is the right decision that you have made at this stage, but you are stepping away from the professional tour, but would like to continue playing for India, which means we are going to see you playing in Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, and maybe Los Angeles Olympics too. I remember speaking to you earlier. It's your long cherished dream, we all know.
See, look, I think my life as a player now is almost like a boxer. It's like I have to look forward just to the next bout, right? Or just figure out what is the next tournament, how can I prepare myself in the best possible way. It's an experiment to kind of understand the mental kind of space that I need to be in to be able to train for something which is let's say 6 months away rather than something which is 3 weeks away. So I think it is an experiment and a little bit of trial and error is going to go into it. But I'm focusing on the next tournament, which hopefully the one that I want to gun for is the World Teams in December, which is in Hong Kong later this year. In that process, if I feel I'm producing, top performances and I can compete on the world stage, then yes, the Asian Games in 26 and the Commonwealth Games, if it happens in 26 as well, are nice kind of goals to have. And again, in that journey, if the Olympics happens, then that's great. And I'll be lying if I said that it wasn't at the back of my mind. But it's not at the forefront. And I don't think it should be. I think I just need to focus on myself at this point to just heal and then try and come back as strong as I possibly can.
Saurav, you played professional squash for 22 long years. You entered the top 10, won 10 PSA titles, reached 18 finals. Won 281 of 511 matches, if I'm not wrong. Are you happy with your career and you thought you would play for so long?
Look, as humans, we always want more, right? So I think
more.
Yeah, so I think one thing that I wish I had done was break single digits. Top 5 was something I really wanted, especially when I was 30. I kind of felt that I had the game and the ability to get to top 5. Unfortunately, that didn't happen for me. But if you ask me, when I started out at 16 playing the PSA World Tour, that I was going to play for 22 years and achieve what I have achieved, I would have bitten your hand off and taken it there and then. So I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I've had, the life that I've led. I've done something for so long which I've loved dearly, and I'm just eternally grateful for everything that I've had in the past and what it has made me as a person today. So I don't think I should be sitting here complaining one bit for anything that I haven't achieved yet.
But Saurav, I need to ask you this. What next for you? You must have thought about it, that you're saying that it's not a decision that you have taken over the weekend. Do you want to give back to the sport, and how? Grooming youngsters, maybe, is that the plan? Maybe not now, sometime later?
Yeah, for sure. This sport has made me what I am, and I feel like I do have some value to add, both at the kind of the top end of the pyramid in terms of the high performance players, as well as doing something to broaden the base at the grassroots levels, taking the sport into schools. So I'm actively kind of trying to think of ways and systems and processes which I could personally help with to kind of take squash into schools, not just in the tier 1 cities, but also like tier 2, tier 3 cities, and broaden the base, because strength lies in numbers. And I feel like even though the numbers have increased since the time I started playing, we can do better. So I'm trying my best for that, and hopefully, I've obviously built a legacy in my playing career with whatever I've achieved. Hopefully, post my playing career, I can kind of contribute in my own small way and leave a legacy on that front as well.
Saurav, you have seen squash, especially Indian squash, grown over the years. Tell us, you're the right person to answer this. How's the future of Indian squash? How do you see it? Deepika Palikal, you, Joshna, have been the flag bearers for so many years. How do you see the future crop?
See, look, I think, this generation that we've had and the people you mentioned, Deepika, Joshna, this has been the golden generation of Indian squash. There's no doubt about that. We've done really well as a unit to take Indian squash to the level that there is. It's not an easy act to follow, but I think there are a few players who do have the potential. There is a transition to be made from that potential to actual performance, and hopefully they will do it, right? I don't want to take particular names right now because I feel like that's going to put undue pressure on them individually. I think they need time and support to flower in their own ways. They're not going to be the next Saurav Ghoshal or the next Deepika Palikal or the next Joshna Chinnappa. They're going to be unique identities of themselves, and the idea is that they can still produce for India on the world stage and win medals for India consistently. We still have a little bit more time left, and hopefully we can guide them whilst we are still on the team. And then after that, I'm sure all of us will do our best to contribute from afar, so that we can see Indian squash flourishing even after we have hung up our rackets for good.
And also a sort of message for the fans. I mean, player is nothing without the fans, without the support. What do you want to tell them? I mean, they have seen you, you played for 22 long years. They have supported you. They must have criticized you also. But yes, a sports person is nothing without the fans. What do you want to tell them?
100%, the love and support that I've got from them over all this time has been immense. I've had, big highs and some very kind of deep lows, and a lot of the time, that I've been able to kind of deal with it and come back from it is because of, the love, and in a lot of ways, a lot of validation from a lot of fans, saying that, I'm good enough to come back or good enough to win X, Y, Z and things like that. So I feel a lot of my success and my mental kind of resilience to adversity has come from that support and from people who I don't know personally. And they've really cajoled me and given me everything that they have in terms of support and love, and I can't thank them enough. I hope that they will continue to do that for the years to come, and hopefully I will be able to kind of repay them in kind in some way by winning for India as much as I possibly can.
Last question, Saurav. Who do you want to give credit to for your long career?
Look, there are a lot of people that have made me the player I am, but also the person I am. I think I wouldn't be here as a person if not for my grandparents, my father for introducing me to the game and also being an active part, my wife, the rest of my family, my coaches. I wouldn't be the professional player I am today without Malcolm Wilstrop. He's no longer with us today, but he was like a father figure, and it's unbelievable what he did with me. And my current coach is David Palmer, James Wilstrop, Damon Brown, my physical trainer for the last 10 years. People say I'm really fit. It's all because of him. Of course, I work hard, but he makes it possible. Krishmi Chheda, my nutritionist, as well as Gayatri Matkekar, who's my psychologist, and all my physios. Physios go unnoticed. They do a lot of work, especially in multi-sport games like the Asian Games and Commonwealth Games, where you're playing 10, 12 days in a row. It wouldn't be possible to produce physically without them working on you every single day, doing a lot of work day in, day out. So big thanks to them and everyone else, who has supported me at different points of time in my career. They've all had a part to play. They've contributed in their own small ways, and without those small contributions, again, I wouldn't be the player and the person I am today. So thank you to every single one of them.
I can't believe that we are talking about your retirement. Thank you so much. and may you achieve all the more success and you enjoy your life post-retirement. We call it second innings in sports. Thank you so much, Saurav. All the
Thank you.
best.
Thank you.
All right, let's shift our focus to cricket. Now, in today's IPL match, Lucknow Super Giants are up against Mumbai Indians in Lucknow. Both the teams have suffered defeats in their previous matches, while Lucknow finds itself in the mid-table tussle. MI is trying to move up from the bottom half. After 2 losses in their last 2 games, MI's playoff chances have nosedived, and if they lose today, the bid for the last 4 would be practically over. The LSG are also coming off a defeat. They are in a much better position on the points table. A win against Mumbai Indians could even propel them to second position. Apart from the advantage of playing at home, they will be boosted by the return of Mayank Yadav, who has passed his fitness test. The Lucknow Super Giants have played 4 games against the Mumbai Indians. The Super Giants have been the dominant force in the clash with 3 wins, while the Mumbai Indians have won only 1 game. And in yesterday's game, Phil Saul demolished the Delhi Capitals bowlers as Kolkata Knight Riders clinched a convincing 7-wicket win against the visitors in Kolkata on Monday. Chasing a target of 154, KKR's batsmen made light work of the total. They reached the target in just 16.3 overs. Saul played an explosive innings, scoring 68 runs off 33 balls, which included 7 fours and 5 sixes. Saul set the tone for the chase, leaving little for Captain Shreyas Iyer and Venkatesh Iyer to do it in the final stretch. Earlier, KKR's bowlers made full use of the conditions after Capitals chose to bat first. Mitchell Stark and Vaibhav Arora took 3 wickets inside the power play, out of which the spinners took over. Varun Chakravarti's 3-wicket haul reduced Capitals to 111 for 8 at one stage. They set KKR of 154 on target thanks to an unlikely unbeaten 35 of 26 deliveries from Kuldeep Yadav. With this victory, KKR have strengthened their playoff bid. Football now. Barcelona striker Robert Lewandowski scored a hat-trick in the second half to help his side fight back to claim a hard-fought 4-2 win over visitors Valencia. Valencia were leading 2-1 when they were reduced to 10 men just before the break. Valencia were down to 10 men when keeper Georgi Mamardashvili handled as they raced outside the area just before the break and was shown red card as the last man. Barca piled on the pressure after half-time and Valencia crumbled, with Lewandowski scoring with 2 headers from corners in the 49th and 82nd before netting a free kick in added time. With 5 games remaining, Barca moved back to second in La Liga on 73 points as they leapfrogged surprise package Girona, who are third with 71. Those 2 teams will meet in a Catalonia derby on Saturday, which could decide a top 2 La Liga finish and a place in the Spanish Super Cup. Well, that's all for this edition of DD India Sports Buzz. But do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. And for those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Abhishek. From all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Sports Buzz.